And good afternoon, everybody. It's wonderful to see so many people here with an interest in the way we lived then, post-war to the 1970s. I'm very much looking forward to these talks this afternoon. As Kirsty said, I'm Michelle Johansen. I'm the Learning and Outreach Manager at the Society of Antiquaries in London, and I'm also a trustee of Mass Observation. And I'm going to be hosting this afternoon's webinar. But before I introduce our speakers, I wanted to just alert you to an upcoming important date. So in 1937, as I'm sure many of you will already know, Mass Observation called for people from all parts of the UK to record everything they did on the 12th of May that year. And they wanted them to record what they did from when they woke up in the morning till when they went to bed at night. And then in 2010, this project was revived, and it's been going on every year since. So as any of you with an eye on the calendar will realise, 12th of May is coming up very, very soon. And all the details for how you can submit your diaries are on the Mass Observation website. So do have a look at that and get involved, because this year the theme is nature and well-being. Even though, of course, you don't have to talk about those themes. If you wanted to add something extra about those themes into your day diary, that would be really welcome. And it's such an important asset for Mass Observation to have this kind of snapshot of everyday life on one day in the year. So please do get involved on the 12th of May this year. As I say, everything about the submissions is on the website, and you can submit electronically or send in a paper copy as well. I think Ellie has just put the link into chat too, so that's wonderful. Okay, so back to today. Very warm welcome, as I say, to The Way We Lived Then. This event is an opportunity to learn more about the way our lives have changed since the end of the war until the 1970s, so a period that some of us will remember, which is all the more wonderful because I think we'll get even more engaged in the subject matter. We're going to explore gender and also generational shifts. As Kirsty mentioned, sadly, Ben Highmore can't be with us today, but we do have Stella Moss and Phyllis McFarlane. And we're going to hear both papers, and then we'll take questions at the close. But anytime you want to, you can type your questions into the chat in the meantime, and then we'll pick them up at the end of the two papers. We're going to begin with Dr. Stella Moss, and Dr. Stella Moss is a historian whose main research centres on the history of popular culture and consumption, in particular the history of drinking cultures in the 20th century. I feel like everyone should have a glass of something that we all raise at this point, but I have got a mug of coffee. I might get a thank you, Lynn Marie. That's great. So yes, get into the swing of things. I've lost myself now in my excitement at the thought of a glass of sherry. So the archives at Mass Observation have contributed to Stella's research, which has been published in journals such as Contemporary European History. Stella is a lecturer in modern British history at Royal Holloway College in London, and her paper today is titled All Bar None: Women's Drinking and Pub Culture from the 1950s to the 1970s. As for Phyllis McFarlane, Phyllis is a lifelong market researcher who's delivered market research education and training in Africa and Asia. Phyllis has won both the Market Research Society silver and gold medals and has twice won the European Society for Opinion and Marketing Research Excellence Award. She's the chair of contents at the Archive of Market and Social Research, and she's also a passionate historian who's keen to share information today about this slightly less well-known archive. I hope that's not offensive, but I think many people won't be familiar with the contents of this archive and also how it could support your own research. And she's going to do that through 3 case studies, speaking on how did businesses look for opportunity in the paradox. So those are the 2 papers we're going to hear, and we're going to begin with Stella Moss. So Stella, if you would like to now step up to the microphone, and I'll mute myself and we can start this afternoon's papers. Thank you.